The 2026 Formula One season is fast upon us. We've got to do some predictions. Let's start things off with the constructors and predict where every team will finish. Welcome to my F1 channel, Peter on pole. My name is Peter in pole position. Let's get predicting. In 11th place, listen, it's going to be Cadillac, okay? No problem with that whatsoever. Their first year in Formula One. And don't forget, they were given the entry quite late as well, so we're not expecting a great deal from them. I must say, the testing has been half decent. They got a bunch of laps in. They ironed out a few reliability issues. They've been going and going. And let me tell you something, they've done a superb job. Sergio Perez, Valtteri Bottas, listen, these are two people that you need to have at the camp. If you want to get experience, if you're a brand new team in Formula One, this is what we need to see. Graham Loudon as well. Don't think I didn't see you there. And of course, there's a few others as well. Tons of experience. People who have been in Formula One a very long time. And even though Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez have had a year out being the #1 driver, they have still been around. And it's a brand new set of regulations. So listen, everybody's kind of starting from scratch anyway. And the fact that these drivers have like 300 races combined with each other. All of you Cadillac fans, all of the American people, listen, you've got nothing to worry about. You're going to bide your time. Listen, 2026 might not be the year for you, but it's going to be a year of learning and putting in the foundations for what's to come. P10, I think I'm going to go Racing Bulls, you know. I think I'm going to go Racing Bulls. Shall I tell you why? Listen, Arvid Limlad, listen, new guy in the game, rookie for the season. Obviously not a great deal of experience, but welcome to the camp. Liam Lawson, I mean, when you think about it, no disrespect, but I think this is the worst driver pairing on the grid. And really, like, there's nothing really exciting about Racing Bulls at the moment. Nothing's really going on. Now, don't get me wrong, they did good in testing. They got a good amount of laps in, but I'm not hearing anything particularly fast. Now, don't get me wrong, I know other teams had a very bad time in testing, right? But I just think with the experience and with the people and the personnel that are in these other teams, I think as time goes on, they'll progressively get better and better. So I don't really have a prayer out here for Racing Bulls. And I just wonder, like, almost what is the purpose for them? P9, I have to go with Audi. Listen, I get it, right? Gabriel Bortoleto, Nico Hulkenberg, brand new power unit, brand new team. You've got Jonathan Wheatley at the helm. We've got Mattia Binotto as well. Listen, I think over the course and distance, this team's going to get better and better. They did not fill me with much joy during the car launch because they did say, look, 2030 is when we're going to be looking at fighting for championships. So there's a lot of groundwork they have to do. And essentially, this was a Sauber car that they've just plastered with the Audi engine. Now, don't get me wrong, they've got an Audi engine, they've got a new power unit, the suspension and everything else, the gearbox is all Audi, right? So it's going to take a bit of time for them to learn, but they've got the right people in place. And that's why I'm kind of hopeful to see how Audi do and not finish near the bottom. But, you know, P9 is not too bad at the end of the day. Like I said, they've got good people at the camp, and I think they're going to be better over the season. Lest we forget, Gabriel Bortoleto had a tremendous season last season, and Nico Hulkenberg finally got his podium. Hopefully they can pick up some pace over the course of the season and maybe surprise us in the points. P8, I'm going to go with Aston Martin. Now listen, Aston Martin probably had the worst testing. One of the two worst testings of the season, right? Aston Martin was horrendous. Let's have it right. Barely got any laps in. Honda's having a shocker. But for some strange reason, because of the fact it's Adrian Newey, because of the fact it's Fernando Alonso, I just think they're going to get something going. Fernando Alonso seems to be the only person that's holding it up anyway. He seems to be the only one holding that team together at this moment in time because everybody at Aston Martin looks distraught. Have you seen the look on Lawrence Stroll's face? Have you seen the look on Lance Stroll's face? Now, don't get me wrong. Lance Stroll could be on pole. I can still see his face being the same way. But Fernando Alonso, have you seen how angry that man can be? Have you seen how upset he can get? Listen, Fernando Alonso is going to have to hold it together with Adrian Newey to make this situation last. P7, I have to go with Williams. Listen, Williams, you're another one that had a shocker in testing. The car's overweight. It didn't even make the Barcelona shakedown. But listen, guys, they've got James Vowles, they've got Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon. These are people I trust. And I believe Williams will get it right over the course of the season. They're going to have a slow start, but I think they're going to build towards the end of the season, just like they did last year. The sad and worrying thing about Williams this season is the fact that they put all their eggs into this basket. They put all their eggs into 2026, hoping to become, you know, one of the front runners up there. And yet a team who was at the front of the midfield looks like they're just going to be sandwiched in that midfield. They were even predicting maybe at the back of the midfield, but I haven't put them that far back. I genuinely do think P7 is kind of where they're going to be in the course of the season, which is a big disappointment for Williams. But I do believe in their drivers. I do believe in the direction that James Vowles has put that team in. Remember, Williams, yeah, they never used to even be a topic of conversation. The days of Sargent, Latifi, are you sure? I'm telling you now, they would bite their handle for where they are right now. P6, I'm going to give it to Haas. Listen, Haas is one of those teams this season that nobody's actually been talking about. They've been very, very low key. They've been getting a shed ton of laps in, which is nothing short of superb. They have done a phenomenal job. Big up to Haas, man. Ayo Komatsu, you're doing a fantastic job. Oliver Behrman growing. Esteban Ocon, the experience is there for everyone to see. Haas could easily make a case for being the front of the midfield. I even feel a little bit harsh and sorry that I'm putting them P6. And think about a team that I've not even mentioned yet being P5. But you know what? Haas is doing a great job. They're building. I'm loving what they're doing. I hope that one day they can actually just have, like, the right facilities. Everything's quite uniform. Everything's in the same place. They have to go centrally rather than having to pick things up from everywhere, because the team is still obviously small. It's still a bit new. This was America's original team. And yet Ayo Komatsu is doing absolute wonders with the budget he has and with the resources he's got. If they can finish P6, I tell you what, hats off to them. P5, would you believe it? I'm going to go with Alpine. I cannot believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this. If you want to know a guy who disses Alpine on a regular basis, you're looking at this man right here, because Alpine have given us a reason to not take this team seriously, to constantly rinse them, because these lot have been a shocking disgrace. They have been absolutely shambolic in recent years. In fact, just Renault as a whole, right? This is one of the things that I can't understand about this team. Full of facilities, great facilities, right? They've got the experience. They've won championships in the past. But this is the most, like, if Ferrari isn't a clown show at times, Alpine definitely takes second place easily. But Flavio Briatore has turned up and said, listen, enough is enough. And this is what I like to see. This is why we love people like Flavio Briatore in Formula One. The guy that comes in there says, no nonsense. It's time to shape up. I'm loving every ounce of it. Flavio Briatore has turned up there. And one of the conditions that he had was, we need to get rid of this Renault engine because clearly it sucks. And remember, in the past, Alpine, with all the chopping and changing of personnel, it's been an absolute circus show. But one of the things that Flavio Briatore wanted to instill in 2026 in the new regulations was to bring in that Mercedes engine. And my goodness, they've got it, and straight away they look so much better. In testing, it was kind of a slow start, but I tell you what, they picked it up. The pace is there. The Mercedes engine seems to be one of the best. And now look at Alpine, just low-key, being quiet. That's a good thing for them. You don't want to hear Alpine in the news because it's never usually a good thing. So for the very fact that they got laps under their belt, for the very fact that they still got Colapinto and they've got Pierre Gasly, but nonetheless, like, okay, this is where they can work from, because what Alpine need to really do is actually make themselves attractive again, whereby Flavio can go ahead and pick some of the best drivers that are out there. If Alpine have a good solid season in 2026, let me tell you something, watch the space, because there's some big boy drivers that could be out of contract, that could be actually looking elsewhere to see which team has got the potential. And look at me, I'm predicting them P5, Alpine ahead of the midfield. I can't believe I'm predicting this myself. P4, this is where it gets interesting, people. I'm gonna have to go with Red Bull, Max Verstappen, Ishak Hadjar. I know what you're thinking, Peter, how can they be fourth in the Constructors Championship? Listen, as much as we know Max Verstappen is the Don, as much as we know he's a four-time world champion, as much as we know he's been the best driver in Formula One for the last 5 or so years, the man is not happy. He's not happy with this car. He's not happy with the new regulations. He's complaining about everything else. Don't get me wrong, they're still putting in the lap times in those Bahrain testing. And the power unit, fair play to Red Bull, yeah, and Ford. What they've done with that powertrain is absolutely phenomenal, because it's been Mr. Reliable. Ishak Hadjar, he's going to be learning a lot this year. As much as he learned last year, the fact that he's in the Red Bull team now, this is big boy stuff. This is big boy business. It's time to get podiums now. It's not just about points. It's podiums and race wins, okay? Front row lockouts, maybe front 2 row lockouts in the qualifying. That's where he needs to be doing consistently over the years. And I don't think he will necessarily do so. I think the pressure might get to him a little bit, which is understandable. The guy's still, what, 19 years of age? It will be hard to tell. Max Verstappen, however, it depends which kind of Max Verstappen we will get. Look, we know Max Verstappen can get pole positions and win race wins in a tank. So that's never been the issue, really. But it's Red Bull's first year with their own power unit. Listen, P4 might not be the greatest for them, but that top 4 is quite a mix. They're going to be quite close together. They're going to be far away from the midfield pack based on what we saw from testing. So P4 isn't like a distant P4. It's a close one. It's a sandwich. P3, it's going to be Ferrari, isn't it? Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton. Let's see who's going to be world champion if Ferrari can produce a world champion this season. Can Ferrari stand the distance of time? We have to wait and see. I'm not entirely sure. I just don't know, man. It's brand new regulations, so Ferrari will start out strong, but I just don't believe in them wholeheartedly. I don't believe in Ferrari fully. And listen, we know Charles Leclerc, powerful, fast driver, prone to some mistakes as well. Can he convert some pole positions into race wins? We have to wait and see. Then you got Sir Lewis Hamilton. Is his head in the game? Do we know whether or not he's going to be up for it in 2026? We spoke about the Kim Kardashian of it all, but he looks like a happier guy. He looks like somebody who's refreshed. Let me tell you something. P3, if Hamilton can get some race wins, podium positions, that will be a good day for Ferrari. P2, I'm going to go with Mercedes. Let me tell you something. Mercedes might be the favorite to win the championship this year, but with the fact that they still got Kimi Antonelli, still rookie-ish, Jace, right? His second year in Formula One, alongside George Russell, the favourite to win the Formula One World Championship. Will it be George Russell's time? Will he be the one that wins the championship? We have to wait and see. I think he might do. But for the very fact that they've got one top peak driver at this moment in time, in his peak, on the way to success, on the way to winning a championship. They have still got Kimi Antonelli. And the whole issue with the engine and stuff like that, we have to wait and see what happens mid-course of the season. These predictions might be horrendous when it comes to August, September time. But we can't deny that, listen, the Mercedes team have put a kit together that you just have to say, hang on a minute, these lot are looking saucy. And mind you, they were very consistent last year. They seem to have the best engine in 2026. And for that reason alone, McLaren are going to be your third time in a row Constructors Champion. That's right. World champion Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri. Let me tell you something, blockbuster drivers from them too. And the thing is, I feel like McLaren have been a bit quiet as well in testing. I feel like they've got a few things up their sleeve. It might not come out first week of the brand new season, but it might come out over the next couple of months or so. We're going to see McLaren grow and progress. If there's one thing they know how to do, is upgrade a car. If they see some issues, when you've got people like Rob Marshall, your Pete Pedromus, your Randy Sings, Andrea Stella, Zach Brown, I mean, the list goes on and on. We're talking about top talent at McLaren. And they've been here and done this before. They know what it's like to come from a deficit and then go ahead and win the championship. This time around, though, I think they're going to be kind of middle of the park. No one's really talking about them really as favourite, but I think that's where they're going to come out shocking everybody. And yes, I am biased. Of course, I think McLaren's going to win the championship. They've got two top drivers. In fact, Oscar Piastri is going to push Lando Norris very, very hard this year. And who knows, a more relaxed Lando Norris, we might see even better driving from him. The 2026 Formula One season is going to be absolutely crazy. It's going to be bonkers. Mercedes will be favourite 1 minute, so too will Ferrari, so too will McLaren. Even Red Bull will get involved in this as well. I'm sure of it. But those are my predictions ahead of the 2026 season. You got to let me know in the comment section, like, am I on point? Am I way off? Let me know your thoughts. If you like Formula One content like this, make sure you do smash a like on the video because that will help other people see this content. And if you haven't subscribed already, then please do me a favor, get subbing to the channel for more Formula One content like this. YouTube thinks you'll like this video over here, so make sure you go ahead and click on that. And until next time, lights out.